In this video, we are going to talk about Galaxy S23 Ultra. So before starting this video, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for the future updates. Introduction: Samsung's Galaxy S23 smartphone series consists of 3 models. The Galaxy S23 Ultra sits at the top of the range and follows the same fundamental design ideas as the Galaxy S22 Ultra. In other words, the Galaxy S23 Ultra is a spiritual successor to the now-cancelled Galaxy Note smartphone series. It has a built-in S Pen holster, just like the Galaxy S22 Ultra, but the 2023 model has flatter surfaces, and the screen's side edges are not wrapping around the edges as much as they did in previous years. Although the Galaxy S23 Ultra looks almost like its predecessor, Samsung focused on improving several hardware aspects, from camera to raw hardware, and the 2023 Ultra model is a different beast. Design: the Galaxy S23 Ultra has a squarer form factor than the rest of the series because it's the only variant to adopt the S Pen. The back panel and display curve around the side edges, but only slightly. The S23 Ultra is flatter than the Galaxy Note series used to be. The Galaxy S23 Ultra's back panel doesn't have a protruding camera housing. Instead, each camera resides in its own circular cutout, resulting in a cleaner, more minimalist design. The display has an Infinity O cutout for the selfie camera. The phone has a USB-C and speaker grill on the lower edge, and the physical keys are located on the right edge of the device. Samsung has prepared 4 standard color options for the Galaxy S23 Ultra: Phantom Black, Cream, Green, and Lavender. The phone is IP68 certified for dust and water resistance. It measures 163.4 x 78.1 x 8.9 mm and weighs 234 grams. Display: Samsung's 2023 flagship phone has a 6.8-inch Quad HD plus 3088 x 1440 display with an adaptable refresh rate of 1 to 120 Hz. The panel is Dynamic AMOLED 2X. It's protected by Gorilla Glass Victus 2, which should increase drop resistance without making the glass less resistant to surface scratches. Although the panel retains 1750 nits of brightness as the 2022 model, it boasts great color accuracy and improved outdoor visibility through Vision Booster technology. The panel also has a 240 Hz touch sampling rate in game mode. Specifications: the Galaxy S23 Ultra could features a Snapdragon chipset in every market, thus ending the Qualcomm Exynos duality. The new flagship is powered by the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 chipset, which was manufactured on a 4nm node. More so, the Galaxy S23 Ultra is powered by a unique version of the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2, which has slightly higher clock speeds for its CPU and GPU. Other hardware specs include 8 to 12 GB of LPDDR RAM, 256 GB, 512 GB, or 1 TB of UFS 4.0 storage. GPS, GLONASS, Baidu, and Galileo are all supported. The device has 2 physical SIM slots and supports 1 eSIM. It has a 5000 mAh battery with 45-watt fast charging capabilities. Connectivity features include 5G, Wi-Fi 6E, and Bluetooth 5.3. Camera: the Galaxy S23 Ultra is the first Samsung flagship to feature a 200-megapixel primary camera. It has an f1.7 aperture, an 85 degrees FOV, and improved image stabilization. The shooter is based on the new ISOCELL H2 sensor announced in January 2023. It can capture 200-megapixel images, but also supports a 50-megapixel mode through 4-in-1 pixel binning, and a 12.5-megapixel mode via 16 inches 1-pixel binning. The camera is able to capture 8 Kelvin 30 frames per second videos without much cropping, and promises improved low-light autofocus thanks to Super Quad phase detection. Smart ISO Pro allows the shooter to simultaneously capture 12.5-megapixel images and 4 Kelvin 60 frames per second HDR videos. The camera setup also comprises a 12-megapixel ultra-wide f2.2 aperture, 80 degrees FOV, a 10-megapixel telephoto camera with 3x optical zoom f2.4 aperture and 36 degrees FOV, and a second 10-megapixel telephoto shooter with 10x optical zoom up to 100x hybrid zoom, f4.9 aperture, 11 degrees FOV. The selfie camera has a resolution of 12 megapixel, an f2.2 aperture, 80 degrees FOV, and support for Super HDR video recording. Software and features: the Galaxy S23 Ultra ships with Android 13 and One UI 5.1. It's an iterative update after One UI 5.0, and it doesn't bring many design changes. The Galaxy S23 Ultra will benefit from at least 4 major OS upgrades throughout its lifetime, which should make it one of the most future-proof phones on the market. Samsung is the king of firmware updates, and the Galaxy S23 Ultra is expected to set another example for other OEMs to follow. Availability and price: the Galaxy S23 series, including the Ultra model, was scheduled for an official unveiling on February 1, 2023. The phone entered a short pre-order period until February 17th. Before Unpacked 2023, customers could reserve the phone online and earn $50 in Samsung credit. The Galaxy S23 Ultra with 8GB of RAM and 256GB of storage launched for $1,199. The 12GB versions with 256GB and 512GB of storage were released for $1,299 and $1,399, respectively. Samsung has made it quite simple to choose the right Galaxy S23 model for you. If you want the S Pen, then you should go with the Ultra model. And if you don't use an S Pen, then the Galaxy S23 Plus model is both cheaper and considerably lighter weight. You won't get a 10x optical zoom camera on the S23 Plus, but it still has the 3x zoom camera, and it's also got the same processor, same charging speeds, and only a marginally smaller battery. As we've already mentioned, all Galaxy S23 Ultra models, regardless of the market, will have the same Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 chip, which is great news for consumers. The Exynos chip used before was not as power efficient, and it even affected image quality, so that will no longer be a problem on the new model. The Galaxy S23 Ultra retains the sharp corners of its predecessor, but it now has flatter sides like an iPhone, so it kind of brings the best of both worlds. It still uses a slightly curved screen, and Samsung has made some other minor touch-ups. The power and volume buttons are now a bit larger and a bit lower for easier reach, and the cameras on the back are marginally bigger. It's still a glass and metal sandwich, but it uses Corning's new Gorilla Glass Victus 2 on the back, which should fare better in case of a drop, and the mid-frame is still aluminum. Samsung hasn't changed the IP68 water and dust protection rating, but that's already as good as it gets. Downloads and resources: some mobile readers have free access to official Samsung firmware files on our website. These files can be used for manual updates, and Galaxy S23 Ultra firmware will be available for download once it hits the public. Our optional premium plans offer additional perks such as faster downloads, ad-free browsing, expert support, giveaways, and more. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoy this video and want to hear from me again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go. Thanks for watching.